Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello, good evening. Coming to you live from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
And I'm Sharma Screeners. First, it's a look at the day's headlines.
Election propaganda ends by midnight tomorrow. The President says that the land of the people of the North, still under security divisions, would be released. Also promises to free political prisoners. IMF ready for third review. Representatives to arrive in the island by next week. Ranil says only his party can safeguard the economy. Sajid ready to establish a people's government. An amount of 7,500 billion rupees for the Kadawatha-Meerigama section of the Central Highway from the next budget. The Defence Secretary inspects security at Arugambe. A new plan to make use of the phosphate deposit at Epavala. 6 regions in Russia comes under 70 drone attacks.
We're moving on to the top story. All propaganda of the parliamentary election will be over by midnight tomorrow.
According to the Election Commission, the silent period would be in operation from midnight tomorrow. The Election Commission made this observation in a media briefing held today. Chairman of the Election Commission, RMAL Ratnayaka, said that no propaganda is possible on the 12th, 13th and 14th of this month, and any kind of propaganda advertisements, whether it's paid or not, it's completely banned. He pointed out that all political party officers established has to be withdrawn by midnight of the 12th of this month. He added that the instructions have been given to the police to remove them in case they are not withdrawn by the above-mentioned date. Only one central political office can be functionable from the 13th of this month for the concerned political party or the independent group in the concerned electorate. He added that any candidate can have one office and can use the residence of the candidate in the concerned electorate, but any kind of propaganda in order to promote the candidate would be completely banned. He also said that in case of an office has been established within a range of 500 meters from the voting center, those officers would have to be withdrawn on the election day. The Election Commissioner stressed that considering the distance from their workplace, sufficient leave has to be granted for public and private sector employees in order to facilitate for their voting. The Commissioner also requesting political parties to make arrangements in advance to appoint representatives for voting centres in election duties. Chairman of the Election Commission, RMAL Ratnayaka, said that 5 representatives for general counting centres, 2 representatives for postal votes counting centres and 2 representatives for a voting centre can be appointed. The chairman requested representatives of political parties, especially along the candidates, party supporters and all voters, to give assistance in holding a peaceful and lawful election.
President Anuma says that land that's belonging to the people of the North, still held under the security divisions, would be released, and also steps would be taken to free political prisoners as well. Well, the President made these observations participating in several meetings in the North today. One of the meetings was held in the afternoon today at the St. Anthony Stadium in Jaffna. The objective was to confirm the victory of candidates fielded from the NPP in the general election. The President invited the youth of the North to join the NPP in order to win political freedom. President Anuma says that the people need a country where Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim, Burgher and Malay can all live in harmony, and the NPP government would give a promise to build a unity in the country. He added that the support of the people of the North is very much required to develop the country and to bring unity among the people. He pointed out that a future has to be created where there will be no wars, conflicts and distrust for our children. He pointed out that the MPP was engaged in a discussion with the leaders of the North at the same time meantime, started to work with them also. The president said that a political movement is required which can win the trust of the North and the South and the East as well, while safeguarding unity. He added that those who have gathered here express the readiness to rally around a single political movement and can unite and be developed from there onwards. The president pointed out that those who used only singular language have trusted us, and 27,000 of them voted for the NPP. He added that after the presidential election, most of the enthusiasm could be seen from the youth of Jaffna as they wanted a new political movement. He also said that the message of the people of the North is to strengthen that movement. The president said right, but they were unable to give up the old political connections. He added that at that time, the new generation of Jaffna kept the NPP flag flying. He pointed out that the message of the youth is that the older leadership have missed the bus, and the youth of Jaffna are now firmly with the National People's Power. He invited the youth of Jaffna to rise to the top of the NPP leadership in the North, and those who have missed the bus would not get another opportunity. The president said that although there was a civil war between the North and South, but nothing could be achieved from it except a defeat, tears, and the children lost their properties. The president stressed that a new country would not venture into any war and has to be created for the benefit of the future generation, and distrust, doubt and anger in the minds of Sinhala, Tamil and Muslim people has to be completely eradicated, and the NPP would be creating a new united country. He added that the traditional land of the people of the North has been acquired by the government and there is a shock among the people about it. The president said that steps will be taken to return those lands to the people gradually, and no one should have half freedom or mentality of a subdued citizen. The president also said that the country has to be created where all will be enjoying freedom with equals, and questioned as to why they should fight among themselves and take up arms against them. The president, in conclusion, says that after the meeting, the president met the people of the North and participated in a friendly discussion with them. The president also participated in a public meeting held in the evening in Bavunia today. President Anuma says that the great destruction has been caused due to the war and there are political prisoners. The president said that the government is prepared to take steps to free them, and with the advice of the Attorney General.
The former President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that only his party can protect the economy of this country. The former president made these observations in an election propaganda meeting held today at the headquarters of the Salon Workers' Congress at Kottagala. This meeting has been organised in order to confirm the victory of the candidates contesting from the Salon Workers' Congress in the general election from Nuwara district under the elephant symbol. Former President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the opposition should declare their program instead of touching unnecessary details. He pointed out that they elaborate on cleaning the parliament but never talk about increasing prices of essential commodities. He also said that there is a cardboard Anura Dissanayake in the SJB and questioned as to why the people should vote for such a person when genuine Anura Dissanayake is available. He said that NPP cannot take steps to increase the income of the citizens of the country since they are not aware of the economy of the country. He added that those who are well versed in the economy should be elected, and that is why the people should mark the cross in front of an elephant symbol on the 14th of November.
The leader of the Samagi Jana Balawege, Sajid Premadasa, says that the people will hand over power to the Samagi Jana Balawege in the general election. At a people's meeting held yesterday at Homagama, he said that the people's government would be established accordingly. The leader of the SJP, Sajid Premadasa, says that the aim of the SJP is to get the majority in the forthcoming general election, and he added that a government which would provide solutions to the suffering of the masses will be established and can be called a genuine people's government which will speak the truth to the people.
Leader of the Sarva Jana Balaya Party, Dilith Jayavira, said that the people are having hopes in the Sarva Jana Balaya Party by now. He made this observation at a people's meeting held in Vallavaya. Leader of the Sarva Jana Balaya Party, Dilith Jayavira, said that people of Sri Lanka know by now that the only surviving political party in the country is the Sarva Jana Balaya Party. He added that the rest of the parties is either dead or half dead. He added that the responsibility of the opposition this time is not a simple one, but all the weightage that has come on the Sarvajana Balaya. He pointed out that due to the opposition which prevailed previously, the 3% was converted into 43%. He concluded by telling that the aim of the party is to form a courageous and fearless opposition which can formulate a program that will change the lifestyle of a common man.
National organizer of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Anuma Rajapaksa, says that his party had worked for the development of the country, and he was addressing a public meeting in Bulat Sinhala yesterday. The aim of this meeting was to extend support to the candidates of the SLPP contesting the Kalutara district in the forthcoming general election, and the people's representatives and party activists attended the event. National organizer of the SLPP, Namal Rajapaksa, says that they are not engaging in politics to break another party. He further says that they are not engaging in politics with the intention of character assassination of another individual. And the SLPP national organizer adds that they are also not in politics just to liquidate another political party and to proclaim themselves as sole force of the country. Namal Rajapaksa also said that their politics is not based upon misguiding the masses as well.
Ranjan Ramanayake of the United Democratic Voice Party says that the party has been created for the people, distancing from parties with thieves. Accordingly, he requested the voters to help in spreading the voice of the people inside the parliament. He made this observation at a rally held in Matale today. Ranjan Ramanayake of the United Democratic Voice Party says that the voters have an opportunity to elect 225 representatives to Parliament, but the former leaders are of the opinion that any murderer, thug, to be elected as people's representatives, which has to be decided by the voter. He pointed out that since it is not possible to share the same stage with those political parties, a new party was established with the microphone as a symbol of the party and to work for the common people of the country by establishing the United Democratic Voice.
Well, artists say that the most excellent parliament of the country, truly dedicated to public service, will dawn in the country on the 14th of this month, and they have expressed their opinions at a media briefing at the party headquarters of the National People's Power.
Actress Samanali Fonseca said that recent presidential election has been a historic event in Sri Lanka. A president was elected through the votes of the people without the support of any other political party or any other politician. She also said that she considers this transformation as a significant turning point in Sri Lankan history. Sri Lankans must live as proud citizens. She added that it is an unavoidable responsibility of the artists to support in the task of bringing back this historic right to the citizens. She added that the artists stand with the people of this momentous occasion for the advancement of the country. Actress Deepani Silva said that there is no need to have any fears or suspicions, as the party has the most suitable persons to advance the foundation for an appropriate people-oriented administration. She added that Sri Lankan's people are with aesthetic values and they have the ability to feel the aesthetic splendor, yet they have not yet received any opportunity to do so. Deepani also said that the National People's Power has set up good policy guidelines. All citizens will be accorded to the opportunity to enhance their artistic taste on the regional levels. Art is necessary to create a sensitive person. Now the opportunities have arisen to usher an era of such importance. Actress Nadi Kamalavira said that artists are being entrusted with a huge responsibility to create a law-abiding country. This is not a situation which could be created through mere establishment of rule of law. Actor Rodney Varnakula said that during their life they have heard about the world of Supreme Parliament. However, he has questioned whether such supremacy had prevailed in Parliament. In this Parliament, they have seen so-called politicians who have given support to racketeers, ransom seekers and corrupt businessmen. Now the attention of the government has been focused to complete construction of the third stage of the Central Highway from the Putuhara to Rambukana before the end of the year 2026. Minister Vijitha Herath, who was engaged in an observation tour to the project, has given necessary instructions to the relevant officials in this connection. Work on the project had commenced on the 4th of July 2023. The estimated cost of the entire project to Galagedara in 210 billion rupees. The distance of the 4-lane highway from Pothuara to Galagedara is 32 kilometers. Measures have been taken to expedite the construction from Pothuara to Rambukkana on the instructions of the President, giving prominence to an elderly road development program. Minister Vijitha Herath said that on this occasion, that work stalled in the project from Kadavatha to Meerigama will be speedily recommenced. The minister said that this section of the construction is the second construction of the highway being carried out in Sri Lanka under the supervision of the RDA and through the mediation of the local contractors. He also pointed out that if this construction becomes successful, it will become a tremendous boost to the country, since people would gain the confidence that a highway could be constructed through the involvement of the local engineers and contractors. The government's aim is to carry forward the development process of the country in a vibrant fashion. Minister Vijitha Herath further said that they are hoping to expedite the construction of the highway with specific targets.
The Defence Secretary Air Vice Marshal Sampath Tunyakonta toured the Arugambe area in order to take stock of the security of that area during an observation visit. The Defence Secretary stressed that steps should be taken in order to build the trust of the tourists by ensuring their safety and not coming in a way of their freedom. The security plans, which is in operation in Arugambe, was discussed by the Defence Secretary during the tour. He advised the concerned officials regarding the action to be taken in order to confirm the security of tourists and also other areas at the same time maintain the security in the area. A crowd along with the 3 Armed Forces Special Task Force and senior officers of the police participated in this occasion. Defence Secretary Air Vice Marshal Sampath Tunyakonta today joined in an inspection tour of the Digavapi sacred site. He discussed with the officials to expedite the reconstruction of the Digavapi Stupa and the problems connected with it. The Chief Incumbent, the Venerable Mahayosobita Thera, along with others, participated in this occasion.
Worldwide music fans extended their enormous respect to Indian artist Kavitha Krishnamurthy. This singer of international repute and Dr. L. Subramaniam have arrived in Sri Lanka on a 2-day visit. They have participated in the Sunday I-Born program of the national television today, and a significant feature has been that the couple giving an interview only to the national television during their tour.
The 2 indubitable artists were given a rousing welcome upon arrival at the SLRC this morning by a group of officials, including the Deputy Director General of Programs of SLRC, Nirar M. Kasim. Thereafter, the visitors were engaged in a cordial discussion with the staff of the corporation, later on taking part in a live television program.
Tell us about it,
No, 1930, between 35 and 38.
How does it feel?
This was their first visit to national television, and they arrived in the island and an official invitation extended by Aesthetic Studies University and the Jaffna University. Dr. L. Subramaniam was reported to have engaged in his first presentation at the Nallur Kovil in Jaffna when he was at the age of 6.
What's the for being at Rupavahini so that we can show you, because this houses the many stars that have arrived here.
Yes, and
hopefully one day when your granddaughter appears on our show, we can show you off.
Yeah, I would call this place a Punya Bhumi.
Yeah,
Punya
thank
Bhumi
you.
because it's got the footsteps of so many great people.
मैंने पूछा तो बोली ये पगली पवन प्यार हुआ चुपके से ये क्या हुआ चुपके से.
Celebrities at national television. Moving on with more local stories, the members of the Science and Technology Policy Making Committee of the new government today inspected the Sri Lanka Phosphate Company and its production activities at Eppavala today. The phosphate deposit at Eppavala spreads through 200 hectares. The production of fertilizer requirement of Sri Lanka is being done in this company. Professor Gomika Udugama Surya, Professor Oliver Ileperuma and Amarasinghe Athukorala, members of the Science and Technology Policy Making Committee, along with the acting chairman of the Sri Lanka Phosphate Company, Manohari Jayatunga, with a group of others joined the production and observation visit.
Now, a group of representatives from the International Monetary Fund is scheduled to visit Sri Lanka next week. This delegation will conduct the third review on the country's extended fund facility program provided by the IMF. The team will be led by IMF Senior Mission Chief Peter Brewer. Following this review, the IMF is expected to release the next loan installment to Sri Lanka. During their visit, the IMF delegation will discuss the current government's economic policies in detail. They will also evaluate the implementation of previous agreements with the IMF and review recent progress made under Sri Lanka's economic reform program. The third installment will be released after the evaluation. The IMF has earlier commended the economic program of the new government of Sri Lanka.
The Russian embassy in Sri Lanka says the proposal presented by Sri Lanka to gain membership of the BRICS organization has not been rejected. The Russian embassy in Sri Lanka, issuing a media release in this regard, says Sri Lanka's request has not been rejected, but it is still under consideration. BRICS member countries have appreciated Sri Lanka's willingness to join the BRICS organization. Meanwhile, the Foreign Ministry in a communique says that the reports published regarding the rejection of Sri Lankan proposals are false. The Foreign Minister in a recent media briefing says certain media had propagated false reports by wrongly interpreting a statement made by Foreign Minister at a cabinet media briefing recently. It has been pointed out that the chairman of the newly set up Development Bank of BRICS member countries has also commended Sri Lanka's request to join the Development Bank.
A couple has been assassinated by firing when they were travelling on a motorcycle at Uravattambalangwada in Galle, Colombo Main Road. The deceased were residents of Usmudalawa, Madampegama. According to the Ambalangwada police, the couple aged 46 and 50 years respectively had died in the firing incident on the spot. Acting Magistrate Samantha Abru, after conducting the magistrate investigation, ordered the body to be sent to Alpitia Base Hospital. The police further says the couple is having court cases in connection with heroin narcotics. The brother of the deceased woman had also been assassinated and a couple of months back.
Well, according to the Bank of Salon, with the induction of the new government in the month of October, migrant employees have remitted $534 million into Sri Lanka, and the general manager of Bank of Salon, Russell Fonseca, says that out of the foreign exchange, it has risen by 11%, and he expressed these views participating in the function where it was inaugurating the premium bank branch of the Bank of Salon in Kurunegala yesterday. Well, this is the second premium branch bank of Salon established in the country, and the aim is to avoid inconvenience faced by business community in Kurunegala. With their dealings with the bank, a large gathering including the new chairman of the Bank of Salon, Carvin de Souza, participated in this occasion. General Manager of the Bank of Salon, Russell Fonseca, observed that there is some kind of resurgence in the economy of Sri Lanka by now, and a growth of about 4% is expected this year. He added that economic activities have increased in the business network after the present government came into power. He pointed out that data for the month of October was analysed yesterday.
Here's more local news in brief. Paddy cultivation in the Maha season in Polonnaruwa district has begun. 70,500 hectares of land is expected to come under paddy farming this season. Farmers have received the fertilizer subsidy and the irrigation facilities are also being provided. A CCTV camera has recorded scenes of youth saving life from a wild elephant attack. He is met with an accident while travelling in a motorcycle near the 20-mile post in Mapadakar in Vava. That's in Mayangane. Attention of the wild beast chasing the youth had been diverted in a different direction when he dropped his helmet. A private bus travelling on the Padulla Mayangane main road went off-road and hit a wall of a nearby house. The driver of the bus has sustained minor injuries. A sluice gate of the Alikota Ara reservoir in Vallavaya were lifted this morning. Our correspondent says excess water is being released to Kirindivaya. He also says 2 roads in the Kotigambokka area have come underwater due to the opening of the sluice gates. The Mahamaya Girls School Candy have been successful in winning the trophy of the Ninnada Inter-School Media Competition. The runners-up were Ananda College, Colombo, and the Media Competition Circle of the Senarayaka College has organised the event. Around 2,000 competitors took part. That's a look at local news. Stay with us. Foreign news is coming up next.
Introducing Prima Kottumi Korean Ramen.
Let's fire it up.
Let's fire it up.
Introducing Prima Kottumi Korean Ramen.
Let's fire it up.
And we take a look at foreign news now. Russia said its air defenses had shot down waves of Ukrainian drones over Moscow's suburbs this morning, responding to what it is called a massive attack that wounded at least one person and temporarily halted flights at 3 regional airports.
Moscow's mayor says on Telegram that the 32 drones had been shot down over the suburbs of that area, and a large such attack on the capital since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The Russian Defense Ministry says 34 drones were shot down above Moscow in the attack, and the governor of Moscow region says that he described it as an attack which was massive, and said that a 52-year-old woman was hospitalized with burns to her face, neck and hands. Flights at 3 regional airports were halted on Sunday morning for several hours because of the drone attack, which was also directed at other regions in West Russia. In a total, the defense minister says that it had shot down 70 Ukrainian drones over 6 Russian regions on Sunday, including the ones in Moscow. The Ukrainian military did not immediately make any announcements on the attack reported by Russia. Also, in the attacks early Sunday, local officials said a total of 23 drones had been shot down in the Russian border regions, and where drone strikes occur more regularly. Drones also struck the western areas as well.
Prima Kottumi Pantamai.
Welcome back to the news, and we are moving on to sports action. The second T20 match of the current series between Sri Lanka and New Zealand teams is now being played at the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium.
The Sri Lanka team, after winning the toss, handed over the New Zealand team the opportunity to bat first. Accordingly, they have scored 108 runs all out in 19.3 overs. Sri Lanka has secured a 4-wicket victory in the first match of the series played yesterday. In yesterday's match as well, the New Zealand team has opened the innings. Will Young and Tim Robinson have set up a 16-run partnership for the first wicket. Robinson was out for 3 and Michael has scored 27 runs, and Folks remain unbeaten with 27 runs. The New Zealand team is 19 overs and 3 balls were all out for 135 runs. Dunit Velalage took 3 wickets for 20 runs in 3 overs and 3 deliveries. Wanindu and Matisha took 2 wickets each. Pathum Nissanka and Kusal Mendis were opened the Sri Lankan innings. Mendis was out for no score. Pathum Nissanka 19 and Kusal Pereira and Kaminda Mendis have each scored 23 runs. The Sri Lanka batsmen have scored 140 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in 19 overs to secure victory. The highest scorer of the Sri Lanka team was the captain Charit Asalanka, who scored 35 runs not out.
Prima Kottumi Pantamai.
And with that cricketing action, it's time to end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs together with Sharon. This is Clifford wishing you good night.